Hi everyone! Welcome back to Glow Marglow channel. And today we're gonna talk about the most exciting part of being a crew, and that is the layover! I still feel happy and excited talking about it even if I'm not a crew anymore. I'm gonna be sharing with you layover experience of Qatar Airways pre-pandemic, because during those times we were flying to over 162 destinations worldwide and crew could easily go out anywhere. So just please take note that these are photos and videos before the pandemic. So what really drove me to chase Qatar Airways was, of course, the destinations. I could never imagine in my normal life to travel like that I was in 3 to 4 different countries in just 1 week. We rarely get turnaround or yung mga balikan na flights. That's why all of our flights were mostly layovers. It was a hectic life, of course. I was seldomly back in my flat in Doha, and minsan ko lang nakikita yung flatmate ko because, of course, she was flying to different countries and cities as well. But nevertheless, I enjoyed every bit of it, even if it was so exhausting. So what is your roster gonna be like? Your roster is basically your schedule or flights for the month. Of course, you could request for flights or layovers, but the chances to be granted is so unpredictable. And we have rostering department fully in charge of that. We get to have our roster weeks in advance before the new month. So actually, you know na your destinations unless, of course, there are changes, which is so inevitable. And your roster will depend on the aircrafts which you are licensed for, but you might get confused with the fleets and their flights. So let's just stick with the layovers. Layover outfit. You can never really store your clothing because you're gonna fly globally. I remember before, I never got to store my summer outfits or my winter clothing because I was flying to different seasons all the time. It could be winter in US or Europe, but it's summer in Australia or South Africa. So if you're someone who loves to dress up, your problem is gonna be your storage. That's what happened to me. Managing your time. With all my layovers, I always have to manage my time and energy. Remember, your number one priority is to be fully functional, healthy ka, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Take note lang that you have to go back to Doha, kaya huwag ka masyadong magwalwal, girl. Hinay-hinay lang. For me, I really don't make my schedule full. Para when I get back to my hotel, I could still rest pa and I could get my complete sleep before the flight. And take note that Qatar Airways is so strict when it comes to minimum required rest, and you could even get terminated for it. So just be careful. For me, it was easy to follow because sleep is so important. I really sleep before my flight. But this is just for me. People you hang out in layovers. It's the best layover when you are with the best crew. As in, all my memorable trips are usually with the best crew na same ng like ko. Of course, if you know someone in the flight, automatic you're gonna go out with them. Or if you know someone in that city, automatic, they're gonna tour you around. But if you don't know anyone in your flight, it's okay because chances are they are also looking for someone to go out with. Sa briefing room pa lang, initial meetup ninyo, tatanungan na kayo, you're gonna ask na, what do you plan to do when we reach Amsterdam or wherever? It's nice, it's fun, and you could really maximize your layover depending on the people that you're gonna go out with. It's so fun. So favorite layover. My most favorite layover is where I could see my loved ones. Like Manila flight where I could see my mom and my brother. But sometimes I don't get approved because there's a lot of Filipinas in Qatar Airways. But if I get lucky, I'm so happy na may Manila flight ako. At least I could spend some night with them or a day with them, just have dinner with my family. But if none, it's okay. I bid other flight. I have London also where I could easily see my cousin and I let him sleep over in my hotel. And then we just shop around and then have dinner somewhere. But my most favorite layover is Sydney! You know what? Walang crew na nagbibid ng Sydney flight because it's too long, it's too boring, it's too exhausting. It's either of those. For me, I love it because long hours means higher pay with a flying hour and I get to see my love, my baby. Char. So layovers at odd times. So this means you will land the city at night and then you will return to Doha the next night. So you have the day to maximize your stay. But the thing is, you will sacrifice your sleep. For me, I don't really suggest it because again, it's not with the Qatar Airways standards to, not sleep before your flight back to Doha. And you could actually get reported for it. What's ideal for me is a layover that lands in the morning, tapos I will have 2 to 3 hours of nap and then I go out in the afternoon and then I come back before night and then I have the rest of the night to sleep and prepare for my next flight going back to Doha. So this will happen a lot of times with you, so you just have to manage it and just prioritize. Multiple layovers in the same city. In my recollection, I think I have been to Paris for more than 15 times, including the personal travel, and Rome for more than 6 times. If you're not a crew, you will think, wow, Antara, you've been to Paris for a lot of times. But if you're a crew, you would think na, oh my gosh, ang daming beses ko na nagpunta dito, ang daming destinations, but they keep on giving the same destination and eventually you will tire. So it might happen with you also. Usually I just eat in the vicinity of the hotel, especially if the hotel is far from the city. I just don't go out anymore. So layovers, where there is a bad weather or is not safe. Before the flight, in the briefing room, they usually give out notes where you need to be cautious in that particular city. I remember it was 2019 and then there was a protest in the city. So all of us crew, we were not advised to go out to the main tourist destination. We just ordered food inside our hotel rooms for the bad weather. I don't usually gamble with this kind of thing. And I don't want to get stuck somewhere not knowing where to go. I know how to have fun, but I'm always gonna have fun on the safe side. I don't want to lose my job. So I'm really careful with this kind of things. So what happened when the crew felt sick during the layover? Either the crew had food poisoning or fever or got injured or something like that. Then we have procedure and protocols for that. It will be communicated to our headquarters back in Doha. If you really cannot operate the flight back, then you have to stay in the hotel or fly back as a passenger. You just need to have a lot of explaining to do in the office, but if you have documents, I think it will be okay. For me, luckily, I have never experienced it, but what I've experienced was my body and my soul separating. I was so tired. I remember this flight. Oh my god, I felt like my soul was up in the ceiling. So tiring, so exhausting. So I thought like I'm gonna get sick. But I just ordered food in my room and then I just stayed in bed. I slept the whole layover. Fortunately, the next day I recovered and I was able to fly back to Doha. So you need to really take care of your body and of your health. You need to do it. The duration of your layover varies. Sometimes you get layover for more than 24 hours. Other times you get less than 24 hours. And if you're lucky, you have more than 48 hours. For me, if it's less than 12 hours, I just stay in my hotel room. Or, just go out to get magnets or snow globes. I collect that one. And I remember I had more than 48 hours of layover. It was Beijing, China. It was so memorable for me. On my first day, I climbed Great Wall of China. So nice. We went there morning, 6 a.m. and I was able to maximize the view because, wala pang crowd. And on the second day, we went to Forbidden City. So, those are the fun times that you get lucky with your layover. So these are my layover stories. As a Qatar Airways cabin crew, you get to stay in 4 or 5-star hotels in the world. Meal allowances are also paid for by the company and they usually base it on the hotel rate of that city. This is of course on top of your basic salary and your flying hours, and we will discuss about it in the future. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode with me, and please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Remember, you glow just by being you. Thank you! Bye-bye! Sa briefing room pa lang, initial meet-up ninyo with the crew, tatanungan na kayo, you're gonna ask na, you wanna go out with me? Na hindi naman ganun ka-creepy. Your roster is your schedule or flight for the month. So you could opt. Your roster event is basically kaya pa ako nabubula. People you hang out in layovers. People you hang out in layovers. I forgot what to say.